It was a pity for the Stroud Valley Motor Club that their 20th Cotswold scramble was held in showery weather after previous rain had already made the 2-mile circuit somewhat wet. However, once again at Nimpsfield near Stroud, the keen riders were out in force and the first race was the lightweight event. T Sharp gets even with the jaywalker. Chalice, Williams and Tapp wait patiently on the line. Then, as the law looked on and tension mounted, the starter waved his flag and away they went across the field to the first bend. Just after the start, first through the gap is Brian Sharp, followed by Lampkin with Australian Tim Gibbs and Jeff Smith going through 2x2 and the rest. It's still Lampkin, Gibbs and Jeff Smith 3/4 of the way round on the first lap, with the rest of the field strung out behind them. Having gone through starting their second lap, a lot of footwork is needed as these riders then ride past straight the hedgerows before setting off into the country. Hickman pursued by 81, Marsh, both on green. Then comes Piers, Flynn, Cox and Grokett. Now look at Sharp and Lampkin with Jeff Smith right behind them. Gibbs' engine was losing power, and Jeff had stormed past to take third place halfway around on lap 2. There they go again, and they really are motoring. Gibbs is still there, Brian Martin and Dave Vickers too. Halfway around on lap 3 and Jeff Smith's in the lead now. What a race this is. As the leaders go up and over the hump, the next man along drops his machine and the field tear past on this slippery, bumpy straight. Number 64, Vickers, ahead of 71, T Sharp, with Ford, Satan, Johnny Giles and Draper right behind. Snell and Sedgley tackle one of the many hills. That's Tyler. He was just starting his 4th lap. It was this part of the course which caused the most trouble. Perhaps that's why these riders are being cautious. Number 84 there, B. Cox, is apparently too cautious, though. He stalled his engine, but the rest keep going. Wonder why no one stopped to help. Number 86, Wooten, is out of it on his 5th lap. Brian Sharp chased by Jeff Smith up the hill starting their last lap. These two had a continual dice throughout the race and were battling still for first place. Lambkin is still going in spite of his chain trouble, and there's Lamper, who finished in 5th place. Ford is passed by Draper. Underwood nearly loses it. Jeff Smith out front again, coming into 1st place and receiving the checkered flag. Brian Sharp comes in 2nd place. Jeff goes off to the paddock as the rest of the field finish. A convincing win for BSA. 3 of their new Star Scrambler machines were in the first 6 places, even though Arthur Lambkin was continuously stopping throughout the event to replace his driving chain, which kept jumping its sprocket. This chap's in the wrong paddock, but don't say anything. And Jeff Smith's mount receives last-minute attention, while certain people consider the inner man. The spectators are waiting for the start. And away they go in a grand attempt at ploughing up this vast field. Straight into the lead goes Johnny Giles ahead of Curtis and Rickman, with the rest of the field strung out way behind. The mass of riders funnel down to pass through the gap in the hedge. The leaders come down to the first water splash. There's number 20, Curtis, in the lead now with Rickman and Giles right behind. John swings wide, and so does Brian Sharp, and this really sorted out the experts. Burton, number 34, drops his machine, and the rest wallow past in this quagmire. Burton still in trouble. Number 40, Donaldson, is pushed back into the race. Curtis and Rickman leading the field, about to start their 2nd lap. And the riders are now well strung out round the course. On the 2nd lap now, it's Rickman leading Curtis, not quite halfway round. Just how can they keep upright on this wet, slippery surface? They don't. Jeff Ward dropped it. And is pushed off the course, so he apologizes to the spectators. Rickman and Curtis again, finishing their 2nd lap. And Peter Taft is chased up the hill by Brian Sharp. There's 41, Gibbs, the Australian. This chap's wearing his own checkered flag, or perhaps he thinks he's at a football match. Number 12, W.B. Smith being caught. Back up the hill again, with the riders coming through in fine style as they start the ride down from the top to disappear into the trees. literally flying down this hill, but he still can't manage to catch Rickman. Draper there chasing 45, Giles. There is 15, Brian Sharp in 8th place at the moment. Giles going down there, followed by R. King and Gibbs, the Australian, still going strong, and so is 49, A. Harris. Now look at Curtis. As they start lap 6, he just manages to get past Rickman, and it looks as if he's all set to get his 5th successive win in the Cotswold scramble. Number 4 there is Wiggins. Oh dear, Rickman has dropped it. Number 94, Johnny Draper, roars past. And Rickman has his machine pushed off the course, minus its primary chain, which caused the spill. Curtis almost certain of first place now. Brian Sharp, he's in 5th place. And there's Draper passing, but way ahead of 36. Figures. Draper again in 2nd place, followed by Johnny Giles. Brian Sharp again in 4th place now, and motoring very fast indeed. And so are Snell and March, both way down the field, but motoring extremely well over this difficult, wet and bumpy course. Here's Curtis about to tackle the long climb up the hill, starting his last lap. And what a race this is! It started to rain again a short while ago, but the speed at which these boys were going never slackened. And here's Curtis getting the checkered flag for his 5th consecutive win. Congratulations from Hugh Viney, and no doubt that cigarette was well deserved.